Do 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 do. Ba da ba boo dee doo boo. Dee dee da ba ba dee doo. Ra bi da ba ba dee dee. Doo doo ba boo boo doo. Blue doo ba boo bee. Dee 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 da doo doo. Dee 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 da dee dee. Ra ba da ba doo doo. Ba doo doo. Da 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 da. Gotta sign up. Don't forget to sign up. Like, follow, and share. Like me, please. I need you to like me. I don't know who's watching, but thank you. Thank you for being a friend. Do 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 do. Oh, give me just a few minutes while I get everything set up. It's been a while, and I need to make sure that everything is 100%. Bum, bum. Derek, thanks for watching. What up, dude? Hey, Derek. Oh, thank you for tuning in, or at least popping up when my alerts went off. I will be assembling some models tonight. How are you doing? I can see the chat, don't worry. I know it says starting soon, but I am here. I'm just getting some things ready behind the scenes. I like to give myself about 5 minutes before I actually go live so that Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook can all be watching the stream at the same time. Just makes things easier. Do 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 do. Dee 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 doo doo da da da. Oop. Hand cramp. Gotta drink some water. Get ready. Oh, I ate my banana. Just getting ready before we go live. Live and in living color. Trying to keep my voice in the yellow. Ah. Well, Derek, thank you for starting with my stream. I know there's many things that you could be watching tonight. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend Zom 100 on Netflix. It's a cute little slice of life anime about zombies. Words bubble up like soda pop. Super cute. Another anime. We just got done watching the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie yesterday, and it was phenomenal. Phenomenal. Really, really enjoyed it. Multipass. Alright, we're entering our 30-second countdown, and then we'll go ahead and start the stream so that everybody can see my beautiful face. And so that we can get to assembling some models for Marvel Crisis Protocol, my current war game of choice. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, Derek, you've got me here if you have any questions. I highly recommend it. It's super easy and fun to get into. But right now, we're going to get into the stream. Hey everybody. Oh, it's been many months since the last time I streamed, and I'm super excited to be back. We finally got things settled after the big move. School started for my girls. The wife is resting peacefully. So now we get to do what helps me decompress and be as calm as possible, and that's assembling and painting models, talking about tabletop board games, war games, role-playing games, and just enjoying the company of my friends here on the stream. So, let's get. Today we will be assembling Marvel Crisis Protocol. If you've watched my stream in the past, you know that I've already started assembling some. Like, I have a full Spider-Man team. I pulled them down, but they're up on the top shelf right now. I've already assembled my full Spider Foes. So my absolute favorite Marvel character is Venom, so I assembled Venom first, and then I built out from there. Green Goblin, Doc Ock, Carnage, Kraven, and then I realized that I needed to play something else alongside of it, because when you go to a tournament at a real store, they want you to have a 10-man roster, and I was just like, oh, I can just get a couple of models here and there. So I filled out my Spider Foes 10-man roster, and that's it. That's all I wanted. I was happy. And then I was gifted by one of my sponsors some spending monies, and I was like, oh, I really want to play the bad guys, Brotherhood of Mutants. I say bad guys, Brotherhood of Mutants, and this is the best way to get into Marvel Crisis Protocol. It's with one of their affiliation packs. It's basically the starter set. This comes with 2 leaders. Magneto and Mystique can switch back and forth between being a leader each game. It comes with Sabretooth and Toad. I've heard good things about Toad objective-based play, but I'm much more heavy-handed and I like to be very physical. So I built out the Blob and Pyro and somebody else up there. Somewhere else. Sabretooth I built out. I have Juggernaut on the way. And then I plan on either getting Rogue and Gambit or Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. I don't know canonically how Rogue and Gambit are in the Brotherhood of Mutants. I think they may be picked up with Mystique or something. But I'm leaning heavily into Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. And then I'm going to split the Emma Frost and Psylocke pack with my buddy, because he wants Psylocke, and I have no use for her. So then that'll fill out my 10-man roster for the Brotherhood of Mutants. But they have affiliation packs for a lot of the different factions or affiliations. The Web Warriors, Spider-Man, Miles Morales, Spider-Gwen, Venom's in there. They've got the Wakanda, it's got Black Panther, the Asgardians. I'm trying to think of all the other cool ones that they've got available. But they're just nice entry packs that get you something that you can absolutely play with. Like, this is a fully playable force for a bunch of different games. And then it comes with all of the little cards and combo stuff that go with it. And so I highly recommend it. It's made by Atomic Mass Games. They've done a really good job with Marvel Crisis Protocol. They just came out with the Star Wars Shatterpoint. I've got that sitting on the table next to me. It's another skirmish game. Thanks, Greg. Yes, Greg thinks that Marvel Crisis Protocol is the best, and he is avid about it. It's a fantastic game. And there's very few. Thanks for liking the stream, Greg. It helps out a lot. There's very few war games that I'm liking right now, with the exception of Frostgrave and Silver Bayonet. Rabbit even. Oh, so for the rulebook for Marvel Crisis Protocol, I do recommend getting the core box, because the core box comes with great terrain, a bunch of models to start you off with, Iron Man, Captain America, Red Skull, Doc Ock. It's just fantastic. And Greg's absolutely right. A new core set was announced at Gen Con or around it, and it comes out with more characters, some really neat. They're not alt sculpts; they're all new models, completely new models. new terrain, and I think that's that's the biggest bang for your buck, is getting the core box, starting off with that, because it gives you the rule books, it gives you the tokens, it gives you the measurement tools. This game isn't like regular war games that I've played in the past, where you measure out inches for how far you're moving. Each character will either move a short, medium, or long distance. And this is the same thing with their attacks. Their attacks are range from, I think it's like 2 to 5. And it makes it way easier for you to look at your attacks, plot out what you're going to try and do. And again, the game is very simple. It's something that I play super casually, but I've played it enough and I like it enough that it's given me the itch to get back out there and do tournament play and see how well I do, because I'm having a lot of fun. And again, I'm playing very, very rough, beat 'em up spider foes. They're in your face. They smash things left and right, and I complement that by going with the criminal syndicate run by Kingpin, and that's more objective based, and they hold things and are able to keep people off objectives. I like it. I like the way it plays. And then there's something about playing Magneto and Juggernaut and whomping people. I want to do it. I want to throw things and pick people up and fling them around the board. It reminds me of playing War Machine and Hordes when I had my Gatorman and I was able to just throw myself or throw other people. Fast, fun, and Greg says fast, fun, perfect for casual, but balanced enough for good competitive play. That's absolutely correct. That's absolutely correct, and I absolutely love Marvel Crisis Protocol, with the exception of Frostgrave being my absolute favorite war game slash RPG. Marvel Crisis Protocol is up there as my number 2 war game. I want to get into Star Wars Shatterpoint. They have Ewoks coming out, and Star Wars Legion has Ewoks, and something about those little murder bears just makes me want to play them, and it gives me old Gatorman vibes from War Machine and Hordes. So to assemble these things is super easy. I've done it on my lunch breaks at work, which means that I can assemble 2 to 3 models within a 1-hour time period. They have all of their instructions for how to put their models together online. Very easy, very simple. They're made from a nice plastic that's easy to shave and snip and cut. We'll be doing Magneto today. And so one of the things that I love about this is they come on this neat little, oh look. I did Toad at work the other day. Still in my hobby box. I'll put it up here for now. Still in my hobby box. So I'm just going to pull out super glue, snips, and an X-Acto knife. These are my weapons of choice. I might have to pin something. Very rarely do I have to with these models. They have very dynamic poses and they look beautiful. Sometimes they put them in precarious spots. I've had to pin Spider-Gwen and I've had to pin Spider-Woman for a friend of mine. And it's just the way it is. Sometimes you got to do a little extra hobby work. I've played a lot of different war games. I like the sprue. The sprue is very easy, very simple to follow. There's not a lot of parts. I know for some people that aren't used to modeling, this is not a lot of parts. Let me get here in a double cam. Boop. There we go. Switch it up. So, this is Magneto. When I complete this, Magneto will be built. I will be happy. And we just go for the gut. Bloop. Cut out his bottom base first. Snip. Snap. Snoop. I mean, Derek, you're not in the area anymore. I said, me and my buddies, I just moved back to Humble. So starting this Wednesday, me and my buddies will be playing out at Etten Games and Hobbies for a little bit. And then once the Board and Brew has gotten, hey Matt, thanks for liking the stream. And Joe, thanks for liking the stream, Joe. Yay, all my buddies are here. Once Board and Brew opens up officially again, we'll be playing out there. I love Board and Brew. They have such a nice atmosphere. Not that Etten doesn't. Etten's just very, very busy. It's a very busy card shop. A lot of Magic players, a lot of Pokemon players, a lot of War gamers, a lot of RPG players. I just feel like Board and Brew is a little bit more intimate. It's nicer to sit down with a couple of buddies. You can enjoy an alcoholic beverage or two at their new location. And again, there's absolutely nothing wrong with Etten. I've been playing and hanging out at Etten for years. I was even their store manager for a little bit. You're right. Chat hasn't changed. Huh. So you'll notice when building these models, they'll have little notches and ridges and things like that. You got to be real careful when you're cutting these out. You don't want to knock that notch off because I'm sure that that's going to go to like a piece of rebar. Yep. I see rebar. One of the steel beams behind them that's going to float up and over. I will shave some of this down. And again, these models are made out of this nice, soft plastic, easily manipulated, malleable. I just use a little X-Acto knife to lightly graze it, and it pops right off. And if I mess up, I can reshape to what I need. Every once in a while, you'll catch a little burr. There you go. Who's that talking? Whoa. Greg said that he's been playing at the Forge. So for those of you who are unfamiliar with where I am, because I know that I get a couple of viewers out in South America, I am in Houston, Texas, the United States of America. And Houston, Texas is full. We are very blessed with game shops. You can't go in any direction and not find a game shop in your area. No, Matt, I can see what you're doing. Yeah, you do not have to buy stars. I don't know what that stars thing is about. I'm still figuring out everything. I decided not to do. I am not backed by Twitch, Facebook, or YouTube. I'm a Ronin. I'm just doing this so that people can see how to do it and that it's easy and fun. I'm not too worried about monetization. If you want to give me stars, I have no idea what that does, but I will gladly accept your stars. Stars, donations. I'll take Amazon gift cards so I can get more super glue. It just is what it is. Or if you'd like to become one of my sponsors, I do have room on my sponsor banner. You can see in the bottom left-hand corner of the stream, you can see the Aegis Creative Company, who I'll be playing in their Lorcana event coming up very soon. And Space Cadets Gaming. Oh, I love Space Cadets. I really wish we didn't have to move away from Spring and Space Cadets, and that the wonderful owner Ryan McMeans up there. But yes, Matt Freitas, if you can hear me. Oh, Greg gave me a star. Oh snap! I need to get to the Lorcana event. Yes. So there's Lorcana events popping off all over the place. I will be at the Lorcana event at the Aegis Creative Company. That's out in Cyprus. I know it's a little far away, but the Aegis Creative Company has been my #1 sponsor since I started my stream. They're always doing 3D printing for me, physical printing of certain cards and special event things that I've needed in the past. And again, I absolutely love these models by Atomic Mass Games because they're easy to snip out. They form real well together. There's very few mold lines that you need to worry about. They're just the bee's knees. Absolute bee's knees. Let me see what we got. Alright, did that little star message go away? I had saw it on mine, but I thought it was just something weird. Um, I don't know. I don't know what I need to do all that stuff. I'm not worried about it. I just worried about views. Thank you very much for watching and liking the stream. Everything helps. Beep bop doop bop boo beep bop doop bop. Gonna glue me a mutant. I'm gonna glue me a mutant. Glue me a mutant. Speaking of mutants, if you have not seen Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles yet, I highly recommend it. It was fantastic. Don't be suspicious. Up. Oh, thank you, Matt. Yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just here to stream and talk with my buddies while I assemble models. Living that good life. A little bit more glue around his bottom half. Bloop, bloop, bloop. I've always preferred this Loctite Ultra Gel super glue. It goes on thick. Leave him alone for a little bit. Greg, that's a fantastic question. So, for anybody that's been keeping an eye on Marvel Crisis Protocol, they come out with releases of models regularly, and I really like it because they're all over the place with what they'll throw out. For a while, we were getting a good group of Spider Foes, Spider Friends, and then it went to the Inhumans, Guardians of the Galaxy when the game first came out. What did we come out with? Some new Wakandans, I think, new Asgardians. They're just all over the place, and like characters that you don't think that they'd come out with, like Beta Ray Bill. Beta Ray Bill is in this game. Cable, like the characters that people like, Cable, Deadpool, Wolverine. Of course, they're gonna throw those characters into the game because that's gonna bring in a lot of money. But then for like fans, I thought it was really neat. We got all these other cool characters. The new characters that are coming out. I hope that Nightcrawler will be dual Brotherhood and X-Men. Maybe even attach him to something else. But I think Nightcrawler could go with the Brotherhood and with X-Men. I mean, they just released that they're coming out with a new Spider-Friend, so I mean, that a big list of Sandman, Shocker, Vulture are coming out. So those are going to be Spider Foes, obviously. But then the new Doc Ock and the new core set has a Sinister Six slash Spider Foes affiliation lead. So I think he's the new leader for Spider Foes with those other characters that are coming out. What else was there that I saw? So the Spider Foes get new characters. The Web Warriors, the Spider Family, get new characters. They're going to get the Gwenom, so Ghost Spider slash Spider Gwen, Gwen Stacy's when she gets the Venom symbiote. And then there is Scarlet Spider, which I'm very excited for. I know that once a month they do this wish list for what they like to see in the game. And I think Scarlet Spider has been on my list a couple of times. I really want to see Toxin. I would like Toxin. And maybe a symbiote affiliation so that you could do Carnage, Venom, Toxin, maybe Shriek, Lasher, Riot, Anti-Venom. Anti-Venom would be cool. I would love to see those in the game, but that's only because I'm a huge Eddie Brock fan. Eddie Brock Venom is my favorite Marvel character ever. Period. Go into the back right here. There we go. Oop. And that's pretty. I'm gonna let him sit for a little bit longer because I can feel that super glue sticking to my fingers. All right, so we got one arm here with a fist, a meaty fist that he's holding up like this. So I'm not entirely too sure what else I'd like to see inside the game or who I think might be Brotherhood. Because the truth of the matter is I am a very thematic player. I only want to play my Brotherhood that I've chosen, and I don't like expanding outside of the 10-man roster. Only because I'm on a limited budget. I can't buy every single model. If I could get every single model, I would get every single model. But I want to get something thematic and fun and something that people will be like, I can't believe you brought that. You know, and then hear them say, I can't believe that worked. Matt, yes, I have preferred this over the Gorilla Gel Glue simply because I feel that it's easier to apply. I can take away a little bit by like rotating the nozzle away from the model. I guess that's because I've grown accustomed to it and I've used it for 15 years now. Say 15 years. Has it been 15 years? Man. It's been a long time. It has been a long time, right? It's gonna take a little bit. Shave, shave, shave. Again, these models are so well made. There's very... I can't remember the last time I've actually had to worry about a mold line. There's going to be sprue bits, right, from where you snap it from the sprue from time to time. But they've done a really good job with these models. They've done such a good job with the models that there are a ton of people out there that make a lot of 3D minis that you can print yourself, and I can't think of too many that are actually better than the models that Atomic Mass Game has actually come out with. I honestly prefer them. Bloop. With the exception of some of their more dynamic posed miniatures, like I have the Atomic Mass Games Black Cat, but I'm always afraid I'm going to snag her and accidentally drop her. My Carnage, absolutely love the model. Love my Carnage model. When I first saw him, I fell in love with the fact that he had options, like arm options, weapon options, and so I just gave him all the options. He has everything attached to him. Instead of just having the normal 2 limbs, he's carnaged out, and he's got got the spike, he's got the cleaver, he's got the axe, yeah, he's just ready. Okay. I'm a little scared of this. Let me look at the... I guess that's just gonna go off his back. Okay, so let's start getting this guy together. Put a little glue on his neck. So when assembling models, one thing that you have to look out for is contact points. Because I am using this Ultra Gel control glue, the glue is a little bit thicker, so I know not to put too much, or it'll squirt out all over the place. Gotta be a little bit more careful when you're applying it. Look at that. Look at that handsome guy. Híjole. That's real nice. He gonna look real dashing. Go ahead and put his head on. Something that a few of my friends have talked to me about too is when they assemble models, they'll paint the models first and then assemble them. And I'm always just afraid that we live in Texas. There's a lot of humidity. The vapors will come up and just boom, that's it. We get all the vapor residue. Even in my nice air-conditioned place with the dehumidifier on, you never know. Although I had heard that if you put out a slice of bread while you're assembling models or painting, the bread will absorb the moisture in the area and it'll allow you to easily manipulate what you're trying to do. Right. So, again, these models are very easy to assemble. I am actually doing this freehand. I don't have any instructions. And it's the assembly instructions that they do have are fantastic. They're You don't have to worry about losing them because they're online and you can download them. All right, one. They're very easy to follow. All right. There you go. Look at that bad boy. Look at him. Really, Charles? Yeah, I had been thinking about getting like a little hooded area because I had a airbrush, but I can't airbrush inside my apartment. So I was looking at getting a little hood and then spray painting and having that channeled out. So what's really cool about this Magneto is how his sculpt looks like it's levitating off of the ground. Alright, so there's a double check. Everything's running smooth. Alright. Again, I want to take off. I'm just going to take this X-Acto blade, take off the little bits of sprue from my not so clean cuts. And really, with this steel beam, if you nick it or if you put notches in it, it's just going to give it more character. I don't think the camera does it justice, but you can actually see how it's got imprints and an actual design to. It's not just one flat piece. It's got like little waves in it, like the metal's being bent and crumpled and bent like that. One standing up, this one standing here, like that. Okay, I see how it goes. Okay, so there's a little indentation right there for where this rebar will go. I'm going to put a little bit of glue in that indentation. Whoop. This. I'm going to and boop. Look at that, boom. And so this is another reason why I like the gel control, because of its thickness. It'll grab onto the piece, and it makes it just that much easier to glue together, right? I'm gonna set that down for a second while that dries, and then try and figure out where this other piece of terrain goes from the back of his thing. So for those of you that have just joined or that are checking me out, I am building Magneto from Marvel Crisis Protocol. I can see you there. Hey, thanks. Thanks for joining. If you're watching and you can't figure out why I keep saying hi, thank you, it's because I am multi-streaming to here, Facebook, and YouTube. Hey, Michael Bradley. Jerome, thanks for watching. Jerome, I saw you playing these. Shane, thanks for liking. Jerome, I saw you playing these Brotherhood a few months back, and I fell in love with them. I had to get them, bud. I really want to play them and make them the best that I can. Where does this come from? Right, so it's over the top. We'll get it figured out. All right, so put a little bit of glue in this slot. Bloop. And so you'll notice me just bumping my models around. I have complete and utter faith in this Loctite super glue. Loctite, if you want to sponsor me, I would gladly take the sponsorship. Just back. Be like this. Did not anticipate it. Falling back like that. So, bloop. Just give it something to lean on for a little bit. Shane, Michael, Jerome, and Joe. Oh, hey, Isaac, I didn't even see you there. Sorry, bud. Thanks for watching me. Where does this little guy go? He goes like this. Maybe there's a piece. That I can't see. Right. Comes off the back like that. We'll figure it out. So while this is setting up, I want to talk a little bit more about the affiliation box that I picked up. If you're interested in Marvel Crisis Protocol, the game's been out long enough. The core box is a fantastic buy. I highly recommend it. Like Greg had said earlier in the chat, there's a new core box coming out, but those are new models, completely new models. Something really cool that they did too is they have Ultron and then Ultron drones. So it's another multi-model model that comes out and flies around and does certain things for Ultron. I think it's cool. They've got a couple of models out there like that, like Daredevil, Shadowlands Daredevil, and Elektra. They come with a bunch of hand ninjas. What else is another one that's out there? Nick Fury and the Howling Commandos. Nick Fury Sr. and the Howling Commandos. Shield is in the game. And I think that there's Hydra and Hydra agents. I mean, not Hydra. Red Skull and Hydra agents. They come out too. But I'm not 100% familiar with that because I only play what I can afford. Which is fantastic because I now have 2 full lists because these affiliation packs are super affordable. This is what you need to play. Like, I'm fielding my entire team with Magneto, Sabretooth, Toad, and Mystique. I started adding on models as I wanted, as I could. Boop, boop, boop. Picked up Pyro and Blob, and then I picked up Juggernaut. Very excited for Juggernaut. I'm hoping putting in the Magneto will balance this thing out. Bloop. Oh-ho! So I've said it before, I absolutely 100% love these models by Atomic Mass Games. They're very dynamic, they're beautiful, they're very well thought out and sculpted. Here, double cam. So I've assembled the Magneto. He is not on his base. Like, his cape is attached to the beam behind him, which gives him the look that he's levitating off the ground. And it is just a truly wonderfully made piece. Like, they did the Master of Magnetism justice with this beautiful model. I cannot wait to paint him. And another thing too is, when I first started my journey into Marvel Crisis Protocol, I was very intimidated to paint these models because they're iconic, right? It's not like with other war games where I had a lot of freedom to do whatever I want. And you absolutely could paint these guys however you wanted. But a lot of them, you know, they have their iconic costumes, right? They're the red and purple of Magneto, the yellow and brown of Sabretooth, like the blue and yellow of Wolverine. Like, Spider-Man is red and blue. Now, granted, they do have varying outfits that you could have put them in, and so you can paint them how you want. Like, I've seen some really beautiful all white Magnetos, and I was like, oh, I could do that. At first I was intimidated to paint all white, and then I painted my Kingpin, realized it wasn't nearly as hard as I thought it was. That's actually on this on my YouTube, if you want to go check out some of my past videos of me painting and assembling my first crew. Boop, boop. But I think that we have done a very good job. I'm going to base him. So here we have the bases. And one of the cool things about Atomic Mass Games is that they give you way more bases than you actually need. So that you can... I've seen a lot of people use their extra bases for objectives, for putting out other little mini things that might pop out, or tokens that you might have to pop out, and being very creative with them. And I can tell you that I have dozens of these extra bases, and then they weren't wasteful. They on the bases themselves, they have like little bits of terrain that you can put on. Like, here's a little bottle right here, a little Starbucks cup. I thought that was really clever. It was a nice little use of the sprue. I don't like that manhole cover. Or do I? No, you know what? I have an extra manhole cover that I'm going to have him levitating off. So I'll do that later. Or maybe I can buzz that off. I'll just have him. I have a manhole cover from something else that I was doing. Not the lizard. The lizard's manhole cover is on his base. Because it looked way too cool not to do that. But I'm going to put a floating manhole cover up because Magneto actually comes with these cool, like, what are they called? Metal construct. He comes with some metal constructs that I'm guessing he gets to throw around. I haven't even looked at how to play these guys. I just love how the models look, and I wanted to play them. All right, so Dum, 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 dum. Do, 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 do. So now I will put a nice glob on all the flat edges down here. Stick him to this base. A bloop. I want to center him up. I like to make sure I don't like my models to hang over the edge. That way when I'm playing other people, I can get right up to their model. I don't have to worry about too much. No. Where does this thing go? In the base? No, I'm just gonna glue the bottoms, stick them into the base. I'll let this bad boy shine. We got Ben. Thanks for watching. And hey, Chris, thanks for giving a like, brother. Every like, every share, every reaction that y'all guys give me helps out. Just so that people can see that I'm doing this stuff, because I want people to play games. I want people to get out. If I can do this, anybody can do this. It's just taking a little bit of practice, sitting down. Thank you for sharing the stream, Chris. Whoop, whoop. Now stop it, because you're blocking Magneto. So Magneto is finished. Got him. Again, you can see that it looks like he's levitating off the base. Look at his little feet. Thank you very much, Chris. It does in fact look dope. Can't wait to paint him. And that's another cool part, is assembling is a lot of fun, but painting these miniatures and their iconic outfits, like the front cover of a comic book, has really given me a sense of accomplishment that I can't remember what I felt like when I painted my Venom. I was very, very proud of it, and I think it looked very much like the old comic book. It's dark, off black with like blue dry brush over it, so he's not just black. He's a little bit of blue, and I'm very proud of that model, and the Kingpin, because I never thought that I'd be able to paint white. Very proud of those as well. And it's good. Yeah, I would say that it's taking me about 40 minutes to build this miniature, and that's with me talking and going over things and picking up stuff. I definitely could have been building some other things, like the constructs. Like I said before, Magneto came with some constructs. That's something that I'm going to do on another stream, because they're just little basic things, nothing special. Very excited to get into it and put these bad boys together. What do we got? Clean up a little bit. Oh, Mystique. I can build Mystique real quick. So to show you how fast these models go together, I'll build Mystique real quick. Let's see that. And again, Atomic Mass Games did a fantastic job with these miniatures, because the model is on this small sprue. Everything you need for her is right here. Take the bits and bobs. Take my snips. Snip it out. Snip it out. And you don't need these fancy little snips. You could just be using an X-Acto knife. I just use the snips because I have the snips. In fact, sometimes I use the X-Acto knife because it'll give me a better cut and I don't have to worry about all that sprue hanging off the side. Boop. Boop. Okay. So this is her base. Again, I want to thank everybody for watching and hanging out with me tonight. I've had a lot of fun talking to all my friends, answering questions, and that's what I'm here for. If you're watching me on Twitch or YouTube, definitely check out my Facebook page. I'm the Big Bad Nerd Dad. Boop. Right, that's done. Let that dry. And on my Facebook page, I post pictures, talk about all the games that I'm playing. Beep up, boop. Legs off. One leg. I'll be doing polls here in the near future. We have our 24-hour stream coming up. Labor Day weekend, where we'll be doing it's a Marvel versus Capcom theme. So we'll be playing Marvel Crisis Protocol, Marvel Champions. Hey David, thanks for giving me a like. Yes, it is that old school Mystique. Let's see if I can get a picture. With the white dress and the skull belt. Just like you wanted, Chris. But I'm gearing up for my 24-hour Labor Day charity stream. We'll be raising funds for the Wounded Warrior Project. I have a lot of friends that are veterans. And I just know that they need help. So this is a way to get them help. We'll be playing Marvel Crisis Protocol. We'll be playing Marvel Champions, the Marvel living card game. I played in an event at the Dragon's Lair just this past 2 Sundays ago. And it was fantastic. I got to play as Colossus. Normally I play as the Incredible Hulk because I just love to deal damage. But I wanted to try something a little bit different. So I played Colossus, and it was fun. What else will we be playing? So Marvel versus Capcom. The reason I did that was because I have a lot of other Capcom games that I want to play, like my Monster Hunter World board game. It is so much fun. The Monster Hunter World board game is just like playing the video game in board game form. Thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm a huge Monster Hunter World fan. I didn't get to play much of the other games. I just recently picked up Rise, and it's a good game. I like it. We'll be playing the Resident Evil board game. We'll be playing the Mega Man Pixel Tactics. Pixel Tactics is a phenomenal little, almost like a Tactics Ogre, Final Fantasy Tactics game where it's a grid system, but with cards, so it doesn't take up a lot of space. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do for my late night hours. The past couple of 24-hour streams, I've had a lot of friends say that they would love to come out and help and play, but they can't do those late night hours. So I might actually play some old school video games during those late night hours, early morning hours. Mega Man X, some Breath of Fire. Oh yeah, I'll be running a Breath of Fire conversion for Tiny Dungeon. A couple of my buddies are going to be there for that. Yes, Matt. Yes, I do need players still. I'm going to be posting the. I will be posting our schedule probably within the week, and then we will get some players in, raise some money for the Wounded Warrior Project, have some fun, and then just get ready to do it all over again at the next 24-hour stream. All right, so. All right. Uh-oh. I glued myself to her boob. That's okay. Okay. This Mystique arm is a little fidgety, but I got it. Okay, she is standing on a rock. I see where her rock foot is. The other foot is on solid ground. So we're going to put a little bit of glue on both feet. Your little feet. Bloop. Glue the foot. Oh. Chris, you don't want none of this smoke. Talking about we could throw down in Marvel vs. Capcom. Number one, I need an Xbox. Number two, you wouldn't be able to sleep for weeks. You just have visions of getting stomped. So within 1 hour, I built 2 models. We got both my leaders for the Brotherhood, Mystique and Magneto. I also have Toad. And Sabretooth. These were the models that came out of the affiliation box. And then I picked up the Blob and Pyro. And again, all this is possible thanks to my amazing sponsors, the Aegis Creative Company and Space Cadets Gaming. Without them, streaming with all this really cool stuff would be impossible. I'm a full-time dad, I'm a full-time worker. The streaming is so that I can promote the love of doing hobby stuff. So thank you very much, Aegis Creative Company and Space Cadets Gaming. And if you know anybody else who would like to sponsor me, I will gladly take some more sponsors on. There's a lot of other stuff for us to do. Like I was saying before, I'm very excited to be doing the Wounded Warrior 24-hour stream coming up. Marvel Crisis Protocol, Marvel Champions, Breath of Fire, the RPG that I'm working on, Dino Crisis RPG that will be using the VHS system. What else is there? Monster Hunter board game, Resident Evil board game. I wanted to do the Mega Man board game, but I haven't heard very many good reviews about it. So I was like, let's do the Mega Man Pixel Tactics, because the Pixel Tactics is actually kind of fun, and it can be fun and fast. So we can get several games of that in as maybe an in-between thing while people are eating or we're taking a quick break. And then in the next day or two, I will be doing the Juggernaut. So I would like to thank everybody for taking a look, stopping by. Please tell your friends about the Big Bad Nerd Dad and share the stream.